Arena in Dallas, Texas, Fox Sports Southwest presents the Continental Indoor Soccer League. It's the season opener for those two Texas rivals, the Dallas Sidekicks and the Houston Hotshots. Hello again, everyone. I'm Craig Way, along with Scott Murray. The Dallas Sidekicks begin their 13th season of operation. The Houston Hotshots coming off a year that saw them advance all the way to the CISL championship round before falling to Monterey, the two-time defending indoor champions. But for the Sidekicks, 13 years, kind of an institution in this town, Scott.
They really have become here as we begin 1997. But if you go back to 84, 85, when they came to town, it really wasn't anything I think anybody got really excited about. It was just kind of a soccer team was coming to town. They might last a year or two. But since that time, they have been the perfect community citizen and have turned out to be a perfect model of sorts for other franchises that have wanted to follow with their great success.
Well, three of those longtime Sidekicks return for yet another season, and you can start with indoor soccer's all-time leading scorer, Tatu, 740 goals, 556 assists, and he had 1,290 career points. That shatters all of the records as he comes into season number 13. And then you go to veterans like Kevin Smith, Scott.
Kevin Smith has been around for 12 years. As you see, he had a little hiatus from the Dallas Sidekicks, left for a couple of years, but he's back, and the folks are glad to see the Smudger back. He's 34 years old, but he still gets the job done.
And then 39 years young is veteran defender Mike Powers.
Collectively, these three fellas over 100 years of age, but you'd never know it to see them out. They are such great role models of sorts, but they also set such a standard for some of the younger players, and it really rubs off, and it makes a difference.
And they can certainly still get the job done on the field. Well, the Houston Hotshots had a landmark season. The biggest one-year turnaround in CISL history a season ago, tying Monterey for the Eastern Division Championship and going all the way to the finals before falling to La Raza in 2 games. And one guy who really leads the charge for the Hotshots is the diminutive midfielder Paul Dougherty.
That's a good way to put it. Small in stature, but big in production. Case in point, set franchise records last year in his first year with the Hotshots, 36 goals, 34 assists, and a total of 70 points. Downright, he gets the job done.
A long-time thorn in the Sidekick side when he played with the San Diego Sockers in the old Major Indoor Soccer League. Now it's the Continental Indoor Soccer League, and the intrastate rival is renewed. It's the Dallas Sidekicks and the Houston Hotshots next on Fox. Take a look at tonight's Southwest Airlines starting lineups. You see some of these key guys out there on the field. Now, some folks, Scott, might be a little surprised at seeing Tatu not there on the starters, but that's all part of Gordon Jago's rotation and the way he works the guys in.
Tried that a couple of times last year, if you recall, after he had the surgery, and was trying to just get things kind of turned around and make some things happen when they hit a couple of slumps. So don't be surprised, as Craig said, that we might see that during the course of this year as well.
Among those starters, Hunter Goff, a rookie and fifth-round draft choice for the Sidekicks out of Mercer University. There you see Terry Waldorf, and what a year he had last year, and he set some career marks, Scott.
He really did. He made a difference in this team last year. In 95, they won 8 games last year. In 96, they won 18, as Craig alluded to at the top of the broadcast. Biggest turnaround in the history of the CISL. He also had a franchise record for saves and goals against less than 6.
And this guy is a gentleman that the Sidekicks are very excited about. Antonio Cortez, picked up from San Diego in the dispersal draft because the San Diego Soccer's not back this season. Cortez, the 1994 CISL Goalkeeper of the Year. And speaking of yearly honors, there's last year's Coach of the Year, Trevor Dawkins, who managed that biggest one-year turnaround in CISL history and leading the Hotshots all the way to the championship round. And, of course, the veteran Gordon Jago will be his counterpart tonight for the Sidekicks.
Gordon Jago saying that this would probably be his last year. All-time winningest coach in the CISL, and there's not much he hasn't done. You talk about people that have really helped spread what soccer is all about here in North Texas. You can start with that fella right there and work on down from Tatu and some of the other people that we met earlier. Kevin Smith, Mike Powers, and the like.
Sidekicks in the familiar home purple as they get ready to start tonight's contest. And the Hotshots with that uniform change from past years. A lot of folks have gotten used to seeing them wear the red and gold combination. And there is Beto there in the center circle with David Doyle. Of course, Beto, a longtime member of the Sidekicks, but this is a guy who has started every regular season game in Houston Hotshots history. And there's Roberto Dos Santos. Always good to see Beto. And we're underway as Houston kicks it off and Dallas wins it right back with David Doyle playing it back to Antonio Cortez. Shamu to the inside, looking, and stumbles with the left foot as he tried to get away a shot.
Had a bad angle, and I think he was trying to get the right foot around, just got kind of tangled up with his feet. Took a shot with the left foot, but it went nowhere.
Now Rusty Troy upfield for Shamu, and Patrick will try again. Patrick trying to turn inside. Shamu, nice pass across the field. Doyle with the shot in the goal. David Doyle, the CISL's goal-scoring champion of a season ago, and it's only right that he should get the first one of 1997. 1-0, the Sidekicks on top.
CISL championship round last year. This is Patrick Shamu to the left boards and the left foot right there. Great angle for David Doyle, who led the league in scores last year with 47 goals. And he gets his first of the season tonight. And the Kicks, as a result, find themselves on top by a score of 1-0 with 6:16 to be played here in the first quarter of play.
David Doyle was second to Tatu in points in the league standings. As Scott pointed out, 47 goals to go with 25 assists. He had 72 points. He was also most valuable player of the All-Star game as well. And Doyle, another one of those longtime veterans. And there's Patrick Shamu. Has not been around that long, but he knows how to play this game. He's in his third season. 1-0. Sidekicks on top, and of course Shamu picks up his first assist. He goes back for 1998 as they seek new ownership for one of the hallmark franchises in indoor soccer history, the San Diego Soccer.
Yeah, I think they've been around since, what, 78, 79, close to 20 years.
The old NASL indoor days. Here's Tatu shooting, and he scores! Oh, Tatu with a left footer, upper 90, and it's 2-0 Sidekicks. That has finished Tatu from the all-time leading goal scorer in the game, the first shirt of the season.
Soccer history, Tatu, number 9, gets his first of the year, tosses up the first jersey of the year into the stands. Here's a look. He gets the feed from Cortez, actually. Cortez gets the assist. Tatu takes it back the other way, and the wonderful left footer. He does that so well.
Well, that's career point 1,297, and that would be shirt number 741 that has gone into the stands.
Multiplied times what, 75, 80 bucks a pop? That's some money, huh?
That is Tatu's tradition, of course, and it's 2-0 Dallas. And here comes Houston trying to strike back. It's Castellan inside and cleared out with the right foot. Smart play made by Antonio Cortez as he cleared it over to the left side. And the kick in for the Hotshots to Gary Young. Left footer blocked by Louvion, out of play, and Houston will have possession. Field. 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. Dougherty, top of the arc, shooting, and he scores! Paul Dougherty gets it past Antonio Cortez with 25 seconds remaining in the quarter, and the Hotshots are on the board for the first time in 97.
Here's another look at it. Now, I'm not so sure that Cortez doesn't get blindsided. I think so. There was a member of the Hotshots right in front of him, and I don't think he saw that until after it got by him. Take another look and see if his reaction. There's Dougherty, let's go. There's a Hotshot right in front of Cortez, and I think that might have blocked him out. Doesn't much matter, though. With 25 seconds left here in period number 1, the Kicks' lead is cut in half. It's now 2-1.
And Dallas will see if they can do something here in the waning seconds to get it back in period number 1, and it's Tatu. The angle cut off. Waldorf will have it. Distribution outside on the left wing. Hotshots trying to get something away very quickly, and it just goes beyond the reach of Dougherty, and that's going to do it for quarter number 1. Nice start for the Dallas Sidekicks, but Houston shows that the reminder that it did go to the finals a year ago. Into the first period from Reunion Arena in the season opener. Tatu and the Dallas Sidekicks lead it 2-1.
Never know it, and he surely doesn't play it like it out of the field.
He had 89 points at age 34. Doesn't look like it's that much tougher for him.
Well, this is the 5th year of the CISL. In the last 4 years, the first 4 years, he's led the league in scoring. He's been the MVP 3 of the 4 years. Doesn't get much better than that.
And the only 4-time first teamer. And there's David Doyle right out of the gate with his second of the night. blasted home. 3-1 as the dynamic duo combines again.
It's the best 1-2 punch in the CISL this year and in years past, and that's how it's done. David Doyle, boy, did he thread the needle on that one. Look at, he couldn't have headbutt a couple of inches in that upper left-hand corner. Nothing that Waldorf could have done on that. Boy, that was a bullet.
So with 35 seconds.
Oh, there's some great camera work. You see how fast that, you couldn't even read the name of the ball.
That's getting over there quickly. 25 seconds remaining in the opening period when Dougherty scored to get Houston on the board. The Sidekicks, 30 seconds into quarter number 2, make it a 2-goal margin again.
Tatu with the assist.
His first and Doyle's second goal of the season and of the night. It's a 3-1 Dallas advantage.
Here come the Sidekicks.
Although Dallas has the only goal of the quarter so far. Here's Tatu. Turning and he scores! Oh, is that finished, Tatu? When he can make that move and still get it off the right foot, far post, no one in this game can stop that, and it's a 4-1 Dallas lead.
This is the guy that was complaining that, I think I get too old, Scott. I think not, Tatu. And Craig calls it vintage Tatu. There's not a better way to put it. Look at, there it is. Makes the quick move, comes back across, Waldorf again. Not a chance. 4-1 kick, still 12:28 to be played in the half. And Tatu with 3 of the 4 points on the board tonight for the Kicks.
Nick Stavro will get credit for his first assist of the season. Tatu with his second goal and 3rd point of the night. And by the way, Tatu continues his streak of having scored at least a point in every CISL game he has ever played in.
He has scored at least 1 point in all of his 121 CISL games, and now 122.
687 club, the never say die team that pulled off the most improbable of upsets in the indoor league, rallying back to beat the Tacoma Stars in the Tacoma Dome. And there is a Houston goal set up nicely. Dougherty got it inside to Britton, and Mike Britton finished it off for his first goal of the season. It's a 4-2 game. Nice pass from Paul Dougherty into Mike Britton.
Well, we talked about Dougherty at the very top. He led the team in assists last year. He led the team in scoring, led the team in goals scored, and this time he adds an assist to his impressive resume. Britton gets the goal, and that cuts the lead to 4-2 with 9:14 left here in the first half. Britton played his college ball at Syracuse University. As you look at Dougherty, all of 5'3", 135 pounds, but big heart, big production. He's been a part of both the scores tonight for the Hotshots.
And he's a guy that really can hurt you from a lot of different ways. And we just saw yet another one, the way he can get the nice pass in and a one-touch redirect to finish. 3:45 remaining in the first half. Gary Young, a right foot on the ball. Into the corner now as the substitution is made quickly. Into the center, a shot and the goal knocked home by Houston. That's Arturo Castellan from Otto. That's Horacio Leone, who had just checked in. And now the Houston Hotshots are back to within 1 goal. It's 4-3 Dallas. Union Arena for 1 minute. They'll stand and go crazy trying to spur the team onto a goal. It's a 4-3 Dallas lead. Houston has scored the last 2 goals of this one. Tatu on the outside. Shoots. He scores! Tatu has another one. And he's got some concern as well for Rusty Troy, who hit the deck hard as the ball went to Tatu. Troy looks like he'll be okay. And Dallas now has a 5-3 lead. Tatu on the outside. Nice pass from Troy. You see Troy is down hurt, and Tatu with the left foot blasted home. Rusty Troy is still down on the carpet. But the power play goal comes with 1 minute 56 seconds remaining in the half, and you see Tatu as he knocks it home there. So the time of the goal was 13:04. It was on the power play, and Tatu already with a hat trick. Tatu and Doyle now are even on career hat tricks in the CISL. David Doyle with 32 hat tricks for the career, and Tatu now with 32 career hat tricks. The power play goal, Rusty Troy with his first assist of the season. Tatu with his third goal of the night. And it's a 5-3 Sidekicks advantage here late in the first half. Over the top by the Sidekicks. And the kick in coming for Houston. 33 seconds remaining for Paul Dougherty and the Hotshots here in the first half. Free kick. Dangerous play was the call. I started it. Now they've reset it. It is a kick in after all for the Hotshots. Down into the corner, Bento. The pass cleared away by the Sidekick. You see the time remaining in the first half. Terry Waldorf with the right foot on it. Try to give Houston one final crack to cut it to within a goal. That's Santo down low and he scores! Santo does bring Houston back to within a goal. The deep pass went from Waldorf down into the corner, and Chris Santo scores with 13.4 seconds remaining in the half. Waldorf had the right foot on it, off the board. Santo one time off the tummy and then off the carpet. And you see went hard around David Doyle with a left footer. And his first has made it a 5-4 game. And improperly played by the Sidekicks. Tatu crossed the center line, and now Houston will have yet another shot here with 12.7 seconds remaining in the half. In a 5-4 game. Played back one more time to Santo. Now to Dougherty. Last seconds of the first half. Sidekicks do clear it away. And Dallas, before they can get it away another shot, Houston knocks it down one more time. What a first half we had. Started off looking like the Sidekicks were going to be in complete command of this game as they sprinted out to a 4-1 lead, only to see the Hotshots come back to within a goal at 4-3. Tatu with his third of the night, first hat trick of the season, obviously, and his 32nd career CISL hat trick put Dallas back up by 2 goals at the 13:04 mark at 5-3, only to see the Hotshots get the goal from Chris Santo with 13 seconds to go in the half, and that's where we stand right now. 5-4, Dallas on top of Houston here in the waning seconds of the half, and with time expired now, it's just going to be a 1-goal Dallas lead. Let's go down to Scott Murray with Gordon Jago.
Yeah, 30 minutes down, 30 to go. Did it come out the way you'd like to have had it come out and have 4-1 lead? I thought you were going to run away with this thing, and they've kind of made a game of it now.
I'm very pleased in the way we started. Considering the new team, it gelled. We played very well, particularly the first period. But the two things that concern you is when you have opportunities, you don't take them. And then in both the periods, in the last 25 seconds, we've given up goals. That shouldn't happen, Scott. And that's the only reason it's 5-4, but that's Houston. And I think it's down to us that score is not a little bit better for us in the first half.
Talk about some of the new faces and what you saw there that you like.
Well, of course, our goalkeeper is new, and he's already shown what he can do. Young Louvian up front. Very sharp, quick player, and once he blends in, and Alvarez, the other boy, at the back is doing a good job. So I'm well pleased with those. We've bloodied Hunter Goff and Brown just a little bit, and Weinstein. They've all got on there, but of course they've got to learn how to play indoors.
Some guy named Tatu, a hat trick in the first half. He's unreal, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Thank you much. Good luck in the second half. 5-4 is how we stand. Houston trailing Dallas. Let's go back upstairs to Craig.
Thank you, Scott Murray, and thanks to Gordon Jago as well. 1-goal advantage for Dallas. When we come back, you heard Scott mention Tatu. We're going to visit with the new Lord of all indoors, the fantastic one, when we continue on Fox Sports Southwest. How do you like the makeup of this year's team?
Well, I don't know yet. We are a mix of the veterans, mainly over 30, and we have a lot of young guys coming in. So let's see how it goes. I think the veterans had to do a good job, show leadership, and hope that the young guys coming in, they don't feel the pressure and do their job.
First year of this league, you win the title. The next year you get to the finals and lose to Las Vegas. Last 2 years Monterey has taken you out. Has this league gotten tougher?
Oh, yes, definitely. And I think the Houston team now with Monterey are the favorites. I think we are a step behind those guys. So it's going to be a tough road for us, but we have to do it. And maybe it's going to be a rough start, but I believe as the season goes along, we'll settle down and make things happen.
This is the question that you address every year. You and I have talked about this a couple couple of times, and that is how much longer you want to go. But I think it takes on more meaning this time around because there's a lot of rumors and rumblings that the three older veterans, yourself, Kevin Smith, Mike Powers, might all decide that this is the last go-around for all of you and that you might all go out together. Is there any truth to that?
Well, I cannot speak for the other two guys, but definitely myself right now, I'm thinking about game by game and see how it goes. You know, I feel good right now. I hope I can still help the team on the field. And if I can do that, I'll continue playing. If not, you know, this will be my last year. So I don't make my plans right now is not a year ahead. It's basically every game we see how it goes. And hopefully, you know, if we win the championship, then maybe it'll be a good way out. But as now, I don't know. Right now, I'm really preoccupied to make sure the team goes well and we have a good season.
Now, do you and Gordon Jago still have this bet with one another, daring each other to retire first?
I don't know. Gordon mentioned to me last year if we win the championship, he was going to retire. So I says, wow, if you do, I'm out too. But, you know, we'll see. I think the way it looks now, he made his mind already. I think he might not coming back next year. I think he'd probably go to front office or league office, who I think will be fantastic for the league because Gordon is excellent and we need somebody and then a higher level to do the job. And if he decides to stay, it's great because, you know, he's a great coach. He took us to 2 championships. And now it's a challenge time because we are not the favors anymore. And, hey, that's a good position to be. Hopefully we can prove to everybody we can do it again.
Tony, appreciate the time. Best of luck this year.
Thank you, Craig.
All right, the Sidekicks forward Tatu. We'll be back with more of the Dallas Morning News halftime show when we continue from Reunion Arena right after this. Veteran official, that's a couple of guys who've been around quite a while in this indoor war. And there's another one, Mike Powers, the elder statesman of the league at age 39. Let's go down to Scott Murray.
Thank you, Craig. With Trevor Dawkins, the coach of the year in the CISL. It's got a nice ring to it. Congratulations on an outstanding season last year.
Thank you very much. Yeah, surprised me a little bit. They did better than I thought they'd do, but they worked extremely hard, and I thought, you know, they deserved the success they got last year.
Well, let's talk about tonight's game. You fall behind 4-1, but never say die coming back, and especially that late goal. I know how upset Gordon Jago was to allow that to go in, but it's good for your side.
Yeah, it is. We haven't played well. I mean, we played half an hour now. We've probably not played for 5 or 6 minutes. And we're pretty upbeat still because we don't think we can play as bad again in the second half. And to only be 1 goal down after the performance like that, we're still very encouraged.
Coach, I appreciate your stopping by. Have a good season. Thank you much. Craig?
All right, thank you, Scott, and thanks to Trevor Dawkins as well. Certainly fine gentleman, an outstanding coach, and as Scott pointed out, CISL Coach of the Year last season. So we get ready to start the second half, and Dallas is going to move from left to right here in the third period, and Houston from right to left. Antonio Cortez. See him exhibit some of the form that earned him CISL Goalkeeper of the Year honors in 1994. Has been playing with San Diego, and you know that's all part of what has happened as you look at Terry Waldorf, who made the jersey change. And San Diego not being around this year has meant some outstanding talent has been dispersed around the Continental Indoor Soccer League. As we get the second half underway, it's Paul Dougherty trying to set it up for the Hotshots early on. Nice steal made by Patrick Shamu for the Sidekicks. Shamu going 1-on-3 and still on the move. Patrick Shamu with a nice move, and finally Waldorf comes over to make the save, but Shamu very nearly took it home. The pass goes down the field and right into the waning arms of Waldorf. Sends it upfield. Now down the left side, Arturo Castellan shoots and he scores right through the legs as he managed to beat Antonio Cortez down low, and all of a sudden we've got a tie game at 5-5. Arturo Castellan is second of the night. Watch him move here from outside to inside right through the wickets. And the nutmeg goes right home around Antonio Cortez. Help arriving too late from Frank Philo. And it's a 5-all game. Second goal of the night for Arturo Castellan. And it comes 1:47 into the second half. And you know, Antonio Cortez not happy with the way that turned out. Right side, Shamu tried to turn quickly on the ball one time, couldn't get it to go home. Here's Doyle with the interception. Here's David Doyle coming in. He shoots. He scores! David Doyle! A hat trick just like Tatu. And Dallas is back on top at 6-5. Well, the answer after the Houston goal at 1:47 comes at 4:23. Gary Young tried to get it outside to Beto, and it was picked off by Doyle. Took it in all by his lonesome, unassisted the goal there. One more look at it as he moved around Beto to the outside and then buried it far post around Terry Waldorf. The hat trick for Doyle, and he moves back ahead of Tatu in all-time career CISL hat tricks. The unassisted goal, Doyle's third of the night, now makes it a 6-5 Dallas lead. And by the way, those hat tricks, 33 career hat tricks for Doyle, and 32 for Tatu, as we mentioned. Those are the 1 and 2 leaders all time in the CISL in the hat trick department. Remaining here in the third period, and just to finish up, not only did Dallas win it on the road, they did it before the largest crowd to ever see an indoor soccer game in the United States, 21,700 plus. Here's a shot from outside by Doyle, save made by Waldorf, but all that's part of that reunion. And there's one knocked in. There's a reunion. Doyle and Tatu link up again, and it means another Dallas goal, the fourth of the night for the Sidekicks. Outstanding forward. Tatu getting his 1997 season off to a tremendous start with some help from David Doyle.
Right in front. Boy, he makes a nice effort there. He was really hemmed up. Watch, Tatu doesn't have a clean shot at it. That was it over there, and Beto was right there on him, as he has been a good part of the night. But Tatu, as he normally does, found a way, and that's 4 goals tonight. What a way to open your season. This is a team that lost their season opener just a year ago. As a matter of fact, you know what happened 1 year ago exactly to this very day? We're talking about anniversaries. This is one I'm sure he'd like to soon forget. But this is when Tatu fractured his cheekbone and missed 4 games. And tonight, a much different story for Tatu. 4 goals.
Well, I'll tell you, there have been some unfortunate injuries for him as well, but what a great career. Here's Philo with a shot on the run. Shamu with a shot and a save made by Waldorf. 2:52 remaining in the third period. Terry Waldorf really back on his heels now as Dallas has gone back up by 2 goals, but a break for Houston. Here's Pedroso. Outside intended for Dougherty, and a good move made by Cortez to cut off the angle. Minutes ago in the period. Tatu wanting the handball. He can't believe the call there. Thought there was a handball in the open field by Waldorf. The foul instead is on Dallas. He says that's the second time he's done that tonight. You can almost read his lips. He's totally into this one. No question. 4 goals tonight. And an assist. 5 points this evening for Tatu. Less than half a minute remaining in the period. Dallas has reestablished control of this game, if only by a slight margin at 7-5. They certainly have reestablished the momentum in this contest. Here's Stavro trying to get around Castellan and can't do it. Vandovic to Leone. Horacio trying to get a shot away before the period expires. Time is going to run out here in quarter number 3, and it will be the Sidekicks as they have throughout the night continuing the lead. Houston came out early in the third period to tie it, but the Sidekicks have jumped back on top. End of 3 periods from Reunion Arena in the CISL season opener. Dallas leads Houston.
Gordon Jago's got to be awfully pleased right now. Only 5 goals on the board with just less than 8 minutes to go here in this game.
And the Sidekicks are about to kill off another Houston power play. David Banks trying to prevent that. But the seconds ticking off now. Here's Banks Outside, Beto trying to get it in, and a save made by Cortez, and then put back in the back of the net for Houston. Gianpaolo Pedroso got it as time expired. I don't know officially if it's a power play goal. It is not a power play goal. It came 1 second after time had elapsed. But no matter, Houston pulls to within one after the tremendous save made by Cortez. Pedroso puts it back.
Now what hurt him is Cortez is down there. He's down and he has to come back to scramble. Kicks that one out, but really doesn't have his footing. He's already in the net. And this is where he really got beat, right here, where he's down right here, and it comes back across. He does make the initial save, but he's not set up to make the rebound, and as a result, it's 7-6. Hotshots now down by but one. There he is, the former SMU All-American, Gianpaolo Pedroso.
And Pedroso with his first goal of the season, and it comes at a critical time for Houston as they saw 4 minutes of power play time go away. You see the name Otto on the back of Horacio Leone's jersey, as he's known by the players. As Otto hops back up. 7:26 to go, and once again a one-goal game as Gianpaolo Pedroso scores to make it a 7-6 Dallas lead, and Houston on the attack again. Enjoy your popcorn, and they are enjoying the fun here at Reunion Arena tonight. The Dallas Sidekicks lead the Houston Hotshots 7-6. 2 minutes, 16 seconds remaining, and that's Seattle on wearing the green sixth attacker jersey now as they leave the goal open in an attempt to get the equalizing goal. Here's the restart. Promptly clears it upfield. So now Houston has what amounts to a man advantage, but the goal is left wide open for the final 2:03 remaining as the Hotshots try to tie it up. Seattle on. Out to Paul Dougherty. That's a lot. He's the man who can handle the ball in the goal area. And Dallas breaks it away. Here's Philo trying to beat Alon to the ball. Doesn't do it. Houston will try to start the attack back upfield. Season opener for both clubs, and it's been a dandy here from Reunion. Into the corner and outside. Seattle line to David Banks. Now to Beto. Into the corner for Gianpaolo Pedroso with a pass blocked by Rusty Troy. Outside, here's Banks with a shot too high and over the glass. And Dallas will have it with 1:22 remaining. The shots on goal really picked up for Houston in the second half. They trailed 7-5 in the half at the end of three quarters. And Dallas has not scored here in the fourth period. They had 2 first quarter goals, 3 in the second and 2 in the third period. Upfield, ball goes off the glass, and now Houston has possession with 1:18 remaining. Scott Murray has made his way downstairs to visit with our man of the match tonight when it's over. Here's Seattle on. Down into the corner where it's broken up by Rusty Troy. Back upfield. Alon with 1 minute remaining. You see the time. Dallas trying to hold on for a victory over the Hotshots. Down to Beto. Gets in front of a wide open goal, and it's in. And it's Nebo Bandovic who's tied it up with 50.6 seconds remaining. That time, the wide open goal was not left unrequited. And Nebo has his first of the season to tie it at the 14:10 mark of the final period. You'll see Beto come out as Cortez came out against Beto, but as the ball went through the crease, Bandovic charging in, and Nebo puts it home for his first goal of the season, and we're all tied up at 7. Beto will get the assist on that, just as he got the assist on the last one. It's his third assist of the night, and it looks as though we may be headed for sudden death. Houston has gone back to Waldorf in goal naturally. Goes upfield. Picked off by Waldorf half a minute to go. And Dallas now trying to counterattack. Here's Tatu at the red line. Lays it back. Alvarado with 20 seconds to go. Are we headed for sudden death, or does Tatu have another miracle left in him? He's already scored 4 goals tonight, and he's fouled down in the corner with 11.6 seconds remaining. So Dallas with perhaps one final threat of regulation before we head for overtime. Tatu with it. Has Rusty Troy outside to his immediate right. At the top of the arc is Doyle. Watch for him. It's out to Doyle, and he just mistimed it. And Dallas will have to hurry. 7 seconds to go. Cortez, 5 seconds off the boards. Tatu trying to turn on it, and we're going to go to overtime. Sudden death in the works here at Reunion Arena. 7-7 the score, and you see it was that close. As Tatu was mentioning, he had Doyle open, and somehow it got past David Doyle. We head for sudden death overtime. Dallas 7, Houston 7. Outside to Jose Alvarado, looking deep for Tatu off the boards. Takes a deep bounce, however, and it comes outside to Houston. Seattle line, battling Frank Philo for possession. Now Stavro plays it back to Cortez with 1:15 to go in the sudden death session. Here's Cortez. Now to the right side. Kevin Smith has it deflected again as we tick down to 1 minute to go. If we're still tied at the end of sudden death, 5 players will take part on each side in a shootout to determine the winner. With less than a minute to go, here is Antonio Cortez. Plays it back to Frank Philo. Over to Cortez again. Trying to take the measure of the Hotshots. Upfield for Tatu. Headed back out of the zone by Chris Sano. Philo cuts off the angles. Seattle was trying to get to the ball. Plays it upfield to the Houston red line. Now the battle again with half a minute remaining in sudden death. In the center. Broken up by Doyle. Tatu to Doyle. Trying to come upfield. Trying to get control of it. Plays it on the left side. Here's Philo. He shoots. Kick save made. Hitting finish. Has his 4 goals, including the game winner tonight. Final score, the Dallas Sidekicks 8, the Houston Hotshots 7. We'll be back for the post game right after this.
Season opener in overtime, no less. David Doyle, the star of the game, joins us. You don't like to make things easy, do you?
No, I don't think so. It's been a problem for us last year giving up goals late in periods, and it cost us tonight throughout the game. But, the guys hang tough, and, the keeper came up with some big saves to keep us in it, and, we got the lucky bounce at the end.
Waldorf come up with a great save at Philo there on the shot. You're right there with a rebound. Take us through what you did to get the game winner with a head.
Well, Frank got in. He got in behind the back. Then he's been playing great all night, Waldorf. So I was hoping for a rebound, and Frank didn't score, and luckily it just came right to me. And I knew I didn't have much time to take it down, and I just dove and headed it, and luckily it went in.
You and Tatu with 4 goals apiece tonight. You led the league last year with 47. My gosh, at this pace, you're going to get about 100 goals this year, huh?
Well, I hope not. I hope, the other guys can step up. Tatu is, he's hurt now. He pulled his hamstring, so, it's tough. We need other guys to step up, and, tonight was a big game, and luckily both of us stepped up tonight, and hopefully the rest of the guys can get involved in the next few games.
David, one of the things that we heard from Coach Jago during the offseason, he's going to try and add to some youth to this team, I guess is the best way to put it. And we had a chance to see that tonight. You got Cortez in the nets, but you've got some youngsters out here on the field. I thought the blend was real strong.
I think so. I think the first 2 periods, we outplayed them really good, and we gave up silly goals. And if we quit giving up silly goals, especially at the end of periods, we could make the games easy for ourselves. But if we keep up giving late goals in periods, that's a builder for the next period, and teams take advantage of that. So that's something we gotta work on. And the young guys, they've done well, and they're just going to have to learn in the fire and hopefully come through by the end of the season.
David Doyle, the star of the game, gets the game winner. 4 goals on the night. Great way to start the season. Thanks, David. Thank you very much. 8-7 is the final in overtime. The Sidekicks a winner over the Hotshots of Houston. We're back with more after this.
Breath after this breathless finish to a Dallas Sidekicks victory tonight over the Houston Hotshots, 8-7. And the way it ended was simply amazing. You'll see David Doyle moving around the outside. Nice dish to Frank Philo. Philo on the break, and credit Terry Waldorf coming out and making the kick save. Got the left foot extended, but there's Doyle. Look at the heading finish there. Got the low trajectory on it. Chris Santo tried his best to try to keep it out of the back of the net, but to no avail. And here's another look at it from the back side. Philo on the charge with the left footer, and it was off the foot and arm, and then you see it going. It's headed into the back of the net, even if Santo doesn't get there. So Chris shouldn't feel too bad. He gave it a vain effort, a good try. Here is Philo. One more look at it, and Doyle coming in as the trailer. Santo getting there too late to clear it out of the goal mouth, and Dallas is 1-0 in 97. 8-7 the final in sudden death, and we're back on Fox after this. What a season opener here at Reunion Arena. The Dallas Sidekicks defeat the Houston Hotshots in CISL action 8-7. The final score in overtime. The winning goal coming with just 18 seconds remaining in the sudden death session, preventing a shootout. Next telecast on Fox Sports Southwest comes up 2 weeks from tonight, Saturday, June 28th, when the Sidekicks play host to the Washington Warthogs. 7 o'clock, the airtime for that here on Fox. For all of us here at Reunion Arena, including my partner Scott Murray, I'm Craig Wade. Thanks for joining us. Dallas wins it.